Hey guys, so welcome back to Delusional Talks. I haven't filmed on this channel in a really long time. I feel like I entered a new chapter in my life, so I thought it would be nice to revisit this. The reason why I even had this channel to begin with is just to have a space to talk to. One, I don't really talk about my feelings that much, and two, like I wanted to put my thoughts and hopefully they're like relatable thoughts onto somewhere. I just recently thought, you know what? I want to do this again. I'm gonna go into more why I decided to go into this, which is the theme of today's episode, which is feeling lost, and I feel like finding a purpose in life. So on my main channel I talk about it a lot, but I went into an MSW program back at Berkeley, and I feel like my identity shifted again into a student. Like I shifted back into being a student. I have a love-hate relationship with this because I think recently what I've been feeling is we just finished classes and I still have my practicum, but I am back into summer break. So although I extended my practicum internship throughout summer, I still have like summer break mentality. When I was feeling this was when I was unemployed post-grad, and that's when I was like really going through it because I didn't know what I was doing. I don't know, I felt like I was at rock bottom because I had to start over and I didn't know what career path was best for me while everyone was employed. And I feel like this is a different feeling, but like parallel because everyone around me is working and I'm back at being a student, but I have a foundation of like an identity of being a student. Do you know what I mean? Like when I was unemployed and doing nothing, I didn't have an identity because I wasn't a student anymore. But I'm in a master's program, but I still feel unfulfilled and don't know what my purpose is, low key. I think I kind of lost ambition. I feel like before I was a very ambitious person where like I was such a curious person, and I feel like along the way of working, lost what it means to be somebody outside of a 9 to 5. And I feel like that's such a norm nowadays. It's a huge expectation. That shouldn't be the norm. I don't want to follow and constrain myself into a box where it's like 9 to 5. This lifestyle is what a successful person means, you know? And then I look at like content creators or like people who don't have that norm, and it's just completely different lifestyles, and I'm just like everybody has a different path, but it just feels like I don't know what I'm doing necessarily, I guess, especially during this summer break where I feel like I have so much leisure and I think I have like a lot of issues in comparison. I feel like I need to define success in my own terms, but I haven't been able to do that because I don't know what that looks like. That comes to my point of why I started to do this channel again, is because I wanted a space where I can log my own thought processes and feelings while I'm living my life in my early 20s, and just have a place to process it, because I think that's also like a really important thing to do, to process your emotions, which I haven't been the best at. And working as a therapist, like I really realized a lot of the things that I need to work on personally, especially because we talk a lot about countertransference, and that's something that I can go into like another day, but that's like a whole other. I think I need to find some consistency and purpose, things that I always enjoyed, and they don't have to bring value in terms of salary or career necessarily. I always enjoy vlogging, and this podcast was something that I've always wanted to be consistent with, but I was never consistent with. And it just brought me back to like this project that I had, the side project. That was like a long reason why I wanted to restart it. I think the important thing is that like it doesn't have many views, like I don't have many subscribers actually, like I don't have anything. And I think it's just a place where I wanted to be very authentic with myself, and hopefully if people watch it, it's like a relatable experience. I've been in such a hole of like comparison, and I've been in a slump, honestly. Like my productivity has been low. Like on days that I do practicum, which currently right now is only 2 days, it's still in my school schedule. Outside of that, I feel like I just don't know what to do with my day. And it's weird because I feel like it's such an ungrateful, privileged thing to not like to have so much freedom and time, but I don't know what to do with it. And it sucks because I then get into this like overthinking cycle of shaming myself that I should be productive during this time. And then I went into a phase of like, oh wait, I should enjoy my rest because I know next semester it's going to be hell. It's going to be like really, not hell, but it's going to be really rigorous. And I should just like enjoy it because that's what summer break is for, right? I can just enjoy my time. But my brain won't let me. And I got into that, like, I let myself rest for like a couple of days. But now I'm back into like feeling lost and like behind. And I feel like I should be doing something with this time. I really don't know what yet. And I think I'm trying to figure that out. But I don't exactly know where to even start in terms of that. I wanted to provide a reminder for myself and others that, like, I think it's okay to be lost. And I think it's okay to not always be productive. Like, it shouldn't be like something that you should be shameful about because you're not productive. You know what I mean? And I feel like I tend to put myself as, oh, you're being lazy because I'm not being productive. But sometimes it's like really important to let your body rest, to listen to your body. And I feel like I don't do that a lot of the times, and I go into like a cycle of comparison and see what other people are doing. A quote that I really, really love is by Steve Jobs. You can't connect the dots looking forward, you can only connect them looking back. That really resonated with me, especially when I was unemployed, because I feel like I tried to figure out everything in the moment and I always try to predict the future, but I feel like that's not possible. And even looking back at that time period where I felt so lost, I felt like, wow, these things happened for a reason, and I could only find and understand those reasons after they all happen. And I'm hoping that this feeling of loss and finding purpose is going to all make sense later on. I think that's like a huge thing. I think finding my purpose, finding like what really makes me feel fulfilled is something that I'm struggling with, especially when it's so tied to my identity in my MSW program as a student, like a grad student, or like being employed. I want something beyond that. It's just so hard when everyone around me is doing something and I just don't feel like I'm in that norm. So, like, for example, okay, this is like so TMI. It's not TMI, but it's like really personal. But my boyfriend also works a 9 to 5. A lot of my friends work a 9 to 5, and like I feel like I have so much free time that there's like an imbalance, his lifestyle versus my lifestyle, and we are in different life stages. And I feel like that really gets to me because it makes me feel a little insecure about like what I'm doing, how good I'm doing in life, or should I be more busy? Do I have so much more free time? And I think the issue that I realized is that I think more than my own routine, I need to find things that really fulfill me as a person. And I don't think I found that. And I think I've been repeating that the entire time that we've been having this talk. Moral of the story, don't know what I'm doing with my life. On that note, like, I think I also struggle with being alone a lot of the times. And the thing that I really had to overcome during that unemployment period was being alone, doing things alone. Like, if I wanted to do something, I had to go and reach it. And during that time, I was also going through one of the hardest breakups of my life, the one and only. But I think that's how I had to find myself a little bit more. And I think I'm trying to find myself a little bit. I'm trying to do that again with myself right now, but it's different font. It's different font. If I sound nasally, it's because of my allergies. I'm really trying to remind myself that it's okay to not feel like you're within the norm. There shouldn't be a norm. You know what I mean? You don't have to fit into the stereotype. I'm really trying to figure that out. And I think the purpose of this episode is more or less not to give advice or anything, because I don't have it, and I don't have anything figured out. But I think it's just more of like, I'm hoping that it's relatable, help people feel less lonely, to make me feel less lonely. But it's also just like a reminder to myself that I feel like I'm doing my best, and that's all that matters. You don't have to have everything figured out. Anyways, that is literally what I've been feeling, and it's an ongoing thing I'm learning about myself. Honestly, I feel like I said an absolutely nothing. I just poured all my heart out here. Moral of the story, you don't have to figure everything out. I feel like my thoughts were kind of everywhere, but I hope this was relatable in some sense. This is the first episode of us being back. I'm going to try to post weekly. This is kind of a different vibe. I wanted it a little bit more casual, more like one-on-one. I'm speaking to you. We're just having a little chit-chat moment. And yeah, I hope this goes well. Thank you guys for listening to Delusional Talks. I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.